I can only assume that you've spoken to Jasmine about our offer to openly speak. Otherwise you wouldn't be calling me at this time of night when I'm about to leave the office, Clifford.
I did happen to speak to her, yes. And she agreed to do it under one condition. That we have this issue of ours involving Damon handled under control and squared away. As soon as humanly possible. I know you don't like going behind Damon's back, Tarina, but you are in fact a woman of great honor and integrity. And I believe that in order for this to work without any issue, we need our biggest guns possible.
Yeah, well, despite their differences in history, Artemis has agreed to enlist Cyril Moreau's help with this matter. And as far as Chairman Nogi goes, he is by far our most trusted ally in this regard. That just leaves one man. By the way, have you heard from Letitia at all?
Couple of days ago, she told me that he's been watching everything that she's done since before she fought Zoe at ROVX 5¼ years ago. And Tarina, I will tell you, when Letitia told me how mad that man was. Let's just say he used profanity in Italian that not even Bernadette's grandfather Tommy would have been able to invent.
Jesus. Well, if that's the case, that just means he's more than ready to set this damn daughter of his straight. If she's really going to be blindsided by this masquerade of deception, then it's about damn time we put this unholy trinity of demons down. And do so immediately. And I know just the way that it needs to be done.
Oh dear God. You're not seriously considering that, are you?
You're damn right I am. Damon defends his 1,118th win undefeated streak against me whenever I want in a match of his choosing, since I'm feeling generous.
Tarina Fiona McCarthy, are you out of your ever-loving mind? This woman is really out of her goddamn mind. That really came out her crazy-ass mouth. Tarina, you are my friend, one of the closest friends I have. And I love you. I do. But if you think I'm gonna let you get yourself killed by your husband in that ring, you are crazier than Flavor Flav, New York 11, Pikachu, Big Bird, Sailor Moon, Ash Ketchum, John Taffer, Real Chance of Love, Rock of Love, For the Love of Ray J cast, and all the characters all merging into a single hyperdimensional blob that folds the USS Enterprise into a fractal, rains neon lightsabers, multiplies triples infinitely, folds Saturn into a Mobius strip, debates warp physics with Darth Vader, folds Death Stars into cubes, chants backwards Rock of Love scripts, and simultaneously whispers I Love New York secrets into alternate universes while Mike Tyson narrates in 37 languages. There's no way, in the name of the Lord, that I can allow you to go through with this, especially after Alessia nearly broke your damn neck.
Well, it's happening, Clifford, so don't try and talk me out of it. Somebody's gonna have to be able to hit Damon in places nobody can see, and I am the only one who can do it. This thing with Dr. Stark, I want you to set it up and make it happen. Besides, I need to give her a piece of my mind as well. Now, my new client is here from Asheville, North Carolina. Call me back the second you hear from Dr. Stark, and bring her to the bunker. We got business to handle and an empire to save.
I'm on it, Rena. Now let me get inside the code. Deshaun and Alessia are waiting on me because we gotta discuss some things too.
About the garden?
Yes, ma'am. About the garden.
Excellent. He's here. I gotta go. Come in. You're early. Good. Now look here. I know you're an opportunist, much like myself, so I'm gonna make this as brief as I can. My husband Damon has made a grave mistake by bringing back the one who almost killed this company twice. I will not stand for it. So, since I am my stepson's legal advisor, I am enlisting your help with this matter. Now, Deshaun already has his squadron of enforcers at the ready for when this moment happens. The only thing he doesn't know, especially considering your match with Charles a few years ago, is this is a favor that I personally called in from Charles himself. Overkill, perhaps, but it is for the right reasons. Are you ready to finish this bastard alongside us once and for all? Perfect. We're gonna make Damon and Amanda rue the day they tried to burn this establishment down from the inside. Tutto in nome di sabotaggio.
Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. I gotta get drunk before the day begins, before my mother starts bitching about my friends. About to go and down there went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house and grabbed my clip with the Mac 10 on the side of my hip. Bailed outside, pointed my weapon. Just as I thought, the fools kept stepping. Jumped in the boat with the juice on my ride. I got run back and side to side. Then I let the Alpine play. Open your shit by an FUA. Was gangster at the top of the list. Then I played my own shit and went something like this. Cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking the bitches, slapping the hoes. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, go shoes move. A car pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino rolling Kilo G. He rolled down his window and he started to say, it's all about making that GTA. The boys in the hood are always hard. They come talking that trash, you don't pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy, cause I ain't said shit.
Get the fuck out!
Will you hurry up, Uncle Cliff? It's damn sure busy in here tonight, babes. Drinks flowing, vibes are amazing. You know, we still have that one international stop in the Dome soon before the Garden, by the way.
Which means chances are excellent that that bitch is gonna be there. Wouldn't surprise me if she was here in LA, too.
So what? That ignorant and careless ass bitch is gonna get what's coming to her soon enough. And frankly, it's been a long time coming. Deshaun, I hate to say it, but you waited a bit too long to hold her accountable for a lot of the shit she's done and caused. I mean, remember when she accused you of cheating the day before your birthday in 2022? And all because you were hyped and wanted to celebrate your special day? Remember how close you came to leaving back then? I hate to break it to you, Big Papa, but the broad didn't really have much trust in you. You see the irony in that?
Yeah, but that just makes me wonder why she keeps begging me to stay every time I want to leave to better myself. Like, at this point, why even bother? She made a damn choice. She she doesn't need me and made it pretty clear.
Because losing you means losing the mask. Simple as that. The minute you walk, that bitch is gonna have to explain why the house she's been living in suddenly don't got no lights on. And you and I both know she absolutely hates explaining herself.
It's wild. Every time I start packing mentally, she switches lanes. Tears, promises, begging. Talking about legacy like she didn't light that shit on fire herself.
Emotional negotiation. Classic. She doesn't want peace. She wants proximity. Wants to keep a hand on the wheel even when the car's already slid off the damn road.
Which is why after salvation lies within 2, I don't want noise. I want precision. CNW incipients has to feel normal on the surface, but off just enough to make her paranoid.
Oh, it will. See, the trick ain't embarrassing that bitch. No. It's letting her think she's still got the juice while the cup's already empty. Doors she expects open, locked. Calls she assumes get answered, straight to voicemail.
And the dome stop?
That's the tell. International eyes. Big room. Big ego. If she shows up, she'll overplay her hand trying to remind everybody she still matters.
And if she don't?
Then she watches from the outside, stewing. Either way, she cracks. Pressure exposes truth.
Damn right it do. Pressure makes diamonds or snitches. And I ain't seen that woman shine yet.
Uncle Cliff, you eavesdropping again?
Baby, Purple Pimp and Clifford here's all. Also, whoever that bitch is, she sounds like bad business with loud perfume.
That might be the most accurate description I've heard all year.
See? Even Uncle Cliff clocked the scent immediately. That artificial sweetness that burns your nose? Trouble every time.
The loudest ones always think noise equals power. Real power moves in silence, like purple suede in a dark room. You don't see it till it's already expensive.
That's exactly what we're trying to do. No sudden shocks, no obvious moves. Just gaps, confusion, missed timing.
We keep the plan fluid. No straight lines. Today looks like grace, tomorrow looks like coincidence. She won't know whether she's being iced out or imagining things.
Baby, when somebody can't tell if they're losing or just slipping, that's when they panic. And panic makes people show their cards early.
And she always shows her hand too soon when she thinks she's being underestimated.
Which is why we let her think she's ahead. Feed her just enough confidence to keep her reckless. Meanwhile, every safety net she thinks is there, already folded up and put away.
Chess, not checkers. Y'all ain't moving pieces. You're moving expectations.
Exactly. After salvation lies within 2, the story don't change, just the footing. After CNW incipients, the floor tilts.
And when she finally realizes she's sliding, she won't know who pushed, or if anybody did at all.
That's the coldest part. No enemy to point at. Just outcomes staring back at you like a bad mirror. And that bitch cracks mirrors.
At the end of the day, I don't want revenge. I want inevitability. Hell, I was near finished with the restoration of working relationships a couple years ago, and you saw how that shit ended up.
And inevitability comes from patience. We don't rush. We let that bitch exhaust herself trying to chase certainty that doesn't exist anymore.
Baby, I done watched plenty of people ruin themselves trying to control tomorrow. All you gotta do is make tomorrow blurry.
Then we keep it blurry. Every step from here on out, unexpected, indirect, undeniable.
Cheers to that. To plans so layered she won't know when it's already too late.
And to purple wisdom. If they can't predict you, they can't beat you. So if that bitch is gonna slide, then that bitch better slide then. Cause I wanna see some shots fired.
And if she kills him,
then that shit was planned.
Just pray that shit doesn't flip upside down when the microphone drops for the last time. The last thing we need is another PR headache. By the way, did you get the new prospects and enforcer on the phone like I asked, Cliff?
Right after I got off the phone with Serena. They have coordinates on that nasty bastard you've been looking for since you buried him 2 years back. He's apparently hiding out in the Bowery, not too far from your bunker.
I'll get Dom and Yano on that soon. In the meantime, let's get ready to watch this match. I could really use a distraction from that bitch and anything surrounding that situation right now.
Good idea. I've been dying to see some tag action for a while. Who's on tap for tonight?
Baker and Cayman are gonna be doing battle with Young and Lee. Figured I'd make a match between the two teams to help them blow off some steam. I told them that after this, nobody can get involved with the no-holds-barred match at the Garden, because if they do, then they, as well as the person they support, will be indefinitely suspended.
Oh, so you're putting your percentage to good use then?
Let's not talk about that part yet. Walk before we run.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Carpe Diem Network. It has been a long time coming. There's been a lot of changes happening behind the scenes and a lot of changes that are obviously happening on your live stream screens. I am, as always, the one and only Ryan Stone, and I am so happy to be back here to call all this action on the inaugural edition of Los Angeles Wrestling. Tonight, we have a special tag team grudge match scheduled here as Jacob Baker and Rob Kamen look to do battle against Colton Lee and Kyle Young. These four men have had quite the animosity building amongst each other for several months now. And it's all gonna come to a head here tonight in the Hollow Point Cove in South Central Los Angeles, California. Keep in mind that heading into ROV Salvation lies within 2. Kyle Young and Rob Kamen, they're gonna be doing battle in a no-holds-barred match at Madison Square Garden. So you really gotta think that whoever gets the pinfall in this matchup or submission between Young and Kamen, they're gonna be riding a huge wave of momentum going into the Garden.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural edition of Los Angeles Wrestling. Tonight's main event is a tag team grudge match set for one fall. Introducing team number 1. They are Colton Lee and Kyle Young.
Lee and Young not too much in favor of by the fans here. You can see Colton Lee being the show-off that he is.
Introducing next, the team of the die-hard Rob Kamen and the Bloodline Legacy Mafia Road Captain, Jacob Baker.
Jacob Baker, a former United States champion. All 4 of these men are in contention for the United States Championship. And you really have to believe that all 4 of these men are ready for what comes in the future. And Jacob is ready to fight, pumping the crowd up.
And introducing the referee for this match, Yamamoto Takeshi.
One of the fairest referees here on this network, Takeshi Yamamoto. And you gotta believe this holds a lot of meaning for Takeshi as well, considering those 2 bastards right there injured his damn father. We'll get more into that as this match goes on, but ladies and gentlemen, Los Angeles Wrestling is officially underway. Now, and you see right there, Rob Kamen trying to get in a cheap shot on Colton Lee. Those two have no love lost between each other. The vocal stylings of Avery Hawthorne, our newest ring announcer, as we get into this matchup. You hear the vocal stylings of everybody here in this arena here tonight, here in this nightclub, actually. Chanting LAW as here we go. Collar and elbow tie-up. Drop toe hold there by Colton Lee. You really have to wonder as we go into the Garden what plans are going to be put in place for Lee and Baker, because I'm being told that regardless of the result of this match, Lee and Baker cannot get involved in the no-holds-barred match between Young and Kamen at the Garden. Young and Kamen have to settle their issues like men on their own. As we get another Gator roll here. Incredible grappling ability here by Colton Lee. Jacob Baker not sure what to do. Oh, wait a minute. I stand corrected. Shin breaker and a dragon screw. Excellent counter there by the former U.S. champion. And now what's he doing? Reverse suplex. Oh, wait a minute. Small package there by Colton Lee. Yamamoto with the count. And only a 2. It's real nerve-wracking here in this booth. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm a little bit rusty, people, but pretty sure I'll fall right back into the swing of things once I find that comfortability level as Jacob now with the cross faces. And look at this. Jacob gonna show Colton how real grappling is done. The power of this man. Jacob Baker, I believe, is about 260 pounds. You gotta believe that the president of the Bloodline Legacy Mafia is in the building watching this. From the back, Hurricane Rana counter by Colton Lee. Cover 2, and no. Jacob Baker rolling him up. 2 count of his own. 1, 2. These men are going back and forth with covers here. 2, and no. Hell of an exchange between these two. Missing the lariat does Baker, and now Colton firing back with some shots of his own. Rob Kamen is itching to get in there. You can see the intense look in his eyes with a backbreaker. And a corkscrew standing moonsault. And that's what you get for showing off, you son of a bitch. That is what you get for showing off too damn much. You know, as incredible of an athlete as Colton Lee may be, as incredible of an athlete as he is damn sure a show-off. And Jacob now back to the cross faces. Jacob Baker has been itching to get back in the ring around here to prove his worth and to prove himself. Matter of fact, I'm being told in my headset as Rob Kamen looks on, I'm being told that there are big plans for both Baker and Lee involving Salvation Lies Within 2, Night 1. We don't want to focus too much on ROV business because this is LAW. And look at this! Double back body drop by Kamen and Baker working as a cohesive unit. Live here in Los Angeles, California, home of some of the all-time great musicians, some of the all-time great hip-hop and rap artists, such as the late, great Nipsey Hussle, Eazy-E, and many others. Nice spear into the corner there by Rob Kamen, who delivers a huge belly-to-belly suplex. Big neck breaker there by the Die Hard. And you got to think of it like this. Rob Kamen is on the back end of his career, so it seems, but he's wrestling as if he's still in his prime years. Cover 2, and no. Because Rob Kamen's been around the block, I want to say 16, almost 17 years, if not longer. So he's got the most experience out of everybody, but he wants Kyle Young in that ring. And Kyle charging at him and gets a spine buster for his trouble. Cover 2, and Colton Lee right there to break it up. Oh man, Kamen has been waiting to get his hands on Young, especially after what happened a few months ago at the last ROVW episode. A brawl broke out between these four on that particular night, and that is why this match is happening. On top of Takeshi Yamamoto's father, Kenji Yamamoto, senior official, being injured, still dealing with bruised ribs. For all we know, Kenji's ribs could be broken. I could be wrong, but we're going to have to get more information on that, as now Kyle Young is just pummeling Rob Kamen. And you got to believe this is also going to soften Young and Kamen up a little bit heading into the Garden as well. This is definitely to keep them from getting rusty too. You also have to think some of the Second City Dojo students that Kyle Young has. You got to believe some of them are watching this as their sensei does battle in this match. Drop toe hold into the elbow drop, and now look at this. Side headlock, and oh, come on. Okay. Look at this. Colton Lee taking a page out of Brandon Cuevas' playbook with this damn side headlock headstand. Now is not the time for showing off. Look at this, off the ropes. Went for a soccer kick. Came in rolling through, picking the ankle, grabbing the head, going for the snapmare, and a sliding forearm. Cover now by Kamen. 1, 2, and no. Kyle Young right there, but now Jacob's in, and now everything is breaking down early. Oh, Jesus! The back of Kyle Young's head hitting the steel steps on the way down, and now what the hell is Jacob do? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God! Powerbomb on the floor by the former United States champion. Kyle Young may be seriously hurt. He may have a concussion after hitting his head on the stairs, and a neck breaker by Rob Kamen. Cover 2, and no. Like I said, folks, it's been a long while since I've been in the booth, but I am excited for all the action we are seeing and are going to see in the coming weeks. 2, and no. And as co-chairman Akichi Nogi announced a few weeks ago, we got one more stop before Ring of Valiant Salvation Lies Within 2. Look at this backslide here. Cover 2, and no. We got a couple more stops before Salvation Lies Within 2. Another cover. 1, 2. No, Rob Kamen. Countering 2. No. Wait a minute. Oh, and Jacob's right there. And finally, I could get my damn point out. Wait a minute. Snapmare. Look at this. Off the second rope. Elbow to the back of the head. As I was saying, though, we got a couple more stops before Salvation Lies Within 2, and that's Webisode 21, which has been entitled Styles Clash, and of course the CPV, or Grand Spectacle as we like to call it, immediately after that, called Ring of Valiant's Wrestling Unshaken, where 2 very big championship matches are scheduled to take place. That, of course, being Deshaun Walton defending against Virgil Snow for the Sovereignty title in a submission match. And because of certain situations behind the scenes, and because we're impatient as hell, SVR Sugar Kayla is going to be challenging Amanda Walton for her Empress Championship. Wait a minute, cover here, and Jacob is right there to break up the fall. SVR Sugar Kayla is going to be challenging Amanda Walton for this Empress Championship in a first time ever 3 stages of Hell in a Cell match. That's going to be one of the most violent and barbaric matches I have ever seen. And, oh, Jesus Christ, speaking of barbaric, that was a barbaric landing off of that German suplex by Kyle Young. Jacob Baker may have a broken neck. Jacob Baker may have a broken neck off of that German suplex. We need to get him some help right now. Jacob is out. He's not moving. Kyle Young catching Jacob Baker off of what was looking like a trust fall into a German suplex onto the floor. And now Young and Lee, they have the upper hand in this battle. And for the time being, Rob Kamen is all by himself. Look at this assisted shoulder tackle. You can feel the hatred that Kyle Young has for Rob Kamen. These two served in the armed forces together. They served in the armed forces together, but because apparently Rob Kamen went AWOL and left Kyle Young behind, that's the biggest reason why Kyle Young has such animosity towards Rob Kamen. Now he's just beating the hell out of him. He feels left behind, he feels forgotten about, and he wants to make sure that he's never forgotten about again. Rob Kamen, of course, I'm sure has his reasons why, and I'm sure we'll get an explanation from him, a more thorough explanation than the other one he gave a while back. We want to talk about isolation here in tag team wrestling. Rob Kamen is perfectly isolated by Colton Lee and Kyle Young. Jacob Baker down on the floor off of that German suplex. He may have a concussion. He may have a broken neck. Couple of lariats here by Colton Lee. And make that a hat trick. And again, this pompous asshole, Colton Lee, showing off, pandering. Oh, swift kick and a double stomp right to the ribs. 1, 2, and no. Rob Kamen with a kick out. Oh, Jesus, what a kick to the face. What a kick right to the side of the face of Rob Kamen. Good Lord have mercy. Neck breaker there. Rob Kamen has competed in many promotions over the years, including Lone Wolf Academy, that is owned by former Ring of Valiance Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion DJ Black. We do sincerely hope DJ is doing well for himself these days. Colton Lee has competed in places such as Unite. He has been in Ring of Valiance Wrestling for a number of years. Spanish Fly and a standing corkscrew moonsault again. Kyle Young, as we said, he is the owner of Second City Dojo, has had a numerous slew of matches over there. Numerous matches over there in SCD. Backbreaker into a flatliner. And this idiot. Look at him. Come on now. That's not necessary. And again, back to this side headlock on the ground and a headstand. This man is an absolute show-off. We know Jacob Baker has competed in many a promotion, including on the independent scene. This right here is just a matter of unfinished business. Look at this German suplex. You also have to think that one of Kyle's biggest proteges, German suplex. You gotta believe one of Kyle's biggest proteges, Yana Shelley, the vice president of the Bloodline Legacy Mafia, co-vice president, I should say, and number one contender for the She-Wolves World Championship, is also watching. Taking notes as her mentor does battle here. You You also have to think with her road captain being in this match, you got to think that Yana is going to be as unbiased as can be when it comes to supporting who she wants to support. Kyle Young now, strategic limb targeting. Now dragging Cayman across the mat, and now just smashing his head. I know you hate the man, but come on, you got to keep some level of professionalism, Kyle. Now Kyle's got Rob back up. Rob is in dire straits. Jacob Baker needs to find a way back to his feet and back to the apron so he can get in there and help his partner who just got backdropped. Now look at this. Strategic limb targeting by Colton Lee. I also heard through the grapevine recently on Twitter that Colton Lee's former tag partner Harvey has also been considering retirement. If that's the case, what a hell of a career Harvey has had. They were all in the Seek and Destroy group together back in Unite, as well as here in Ring of Valiance for the short time Harvey and Treason were here. Colton still feels like he's got something to prove. That's why he's here. That's why all of us are here. Now Colton stomping away at the ribs and at the back of Rob Kamen, and now look at this. Limb stretching, look at this. Just stretching away at the arm, trying to rip the arm out of socket. Joint manipulation, beautiful here by Colton Lee. Kamen's got nowhere to go. Yamamoto asking Kamen if he wants to quit, excuse me. Oh, that was just a little bit of a trick there by Colton Lee to try to wear Rob Kamen down, and to this point it has worked. What the hell is Kyle thinking? A blind tag was made. Kamen gets shoved out of the way by Baker, who takes the suicide dive. Kamen now with a Hurricane Rana. Where the hell is Colton Lee going? Oh my God! What the hell just happened in the last 30 seconds? Jacob Baker out of the woodwork, saving his partner, taking the suicide dive. So much unfolded in that last 30 seconds. Corkscrew moonsault right there. Jacob Baker and Kyle Young are down on the floor below. A blind tag was made and the house call by Colton Lee. And that's why Colton is the legal man in this match, because of the blind tag. And no, somehow Rob Kamen gets the shoulder up. And believe me, Colton Lee is not happy about that. He's going back to that arm he was targeting earlier. And he's looking to put this one away or inflict more damage perhaps. Kyle Young somehow back on his feet after disposing of Jacob Baker, and now he's back on the apron. Jacob is still a little dazed. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a knee. What a knee. That might have knocked Rob Kamen for a loop. Jacob's still dazed after that German suplex on the floor. It might be a while before he's fully got his bearings. Double shoulder tackle by Lee and Young. Now, Kyle Young pummeling Rob Kamen again. The rage this man feels towards Rob Kamen is unlike any rage I've ever seen before out of anybody. He felt left behind when Rob Kamen went AWOL back when they were serving in the Army together, and quite frankly, honest to God, in Kyle Young's defense, I cannot say I blame him. Kamen is a respectable competitor, but leaving your friend behind in the heat of battle. Oh, look at this. Oh, Cayman's got him up. Off of that counter. Oh! Fireman's carry into the Uranagi. Oh, Cayman almost won the match for his team. Oh, but wait a minute. Colton Lee went for a running knee to the head. Look at this. Half Nelson suplex. Wait a minute. Colton is in trouble. And a pounce by Kyle Young. What a pounce by Kyle Young. And shotgun drop kick by Jacob Baker out of the woodwork. He's got his bearings now. Oh my God! What the hell was that? Polish hammer to the outside by the road captain. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. What in the world was that? Oh, Jesus Christ! Colton Lee somehow countering that backdrop into the corner, into a cradle pile driver, and now that damn frog splash, the one that broke Kenji Yamamoto's ribs. But Rob Cayman is back up now. Super kick right to the face. The Die Hard is not playing around anymore. Oh, and now, but wait a minute. Kyle Young's got him up. Death Valley Driver. Death Valley Driver by Kyle Young. He could gain a hell of a momentum off a win, but no. He could have gained a hell of a lot of momentum off of the victory, but Rob Cayman somehow kicking out. What the hell is Kyle thinking? Oh, Jesus, no. No! Oh, God! Burning hammer! One of the most devastating finishers in the business, but Rob Cayman kicks out. Rob Cayman somehow kicks out of the burning hammer. And now Kyle's got him up again, looking for another DVD. But Cayman getting out of it, and a super kick. Oh, wait a minute. Kyle off the ropes. Somehow gaining his bearings rather quickly. What the hell is going on? Look at the speed of both of these men. Good Lord have mercy. What a spinning kick, knocking Kyle Young out. What the hell just happened? This LAW crowd is on its feet, is going absolutely insane. Kyle Young got clipped. And now Jacob Baker back in, running knee into the corner. Running Meteora by Rob Cayman. Baker and Cayman working together as a cohesive unit, draping DDT. These men are going to war here. Look at this. Jacob Baker paying homage to his president with the Silence of the Lambs. The Silence of the Lambs cutter by Jacob Baker. Oh, and wait a minute, Jacob not going to take this pinfall for himself. He knows how much Rob Cayman wants this. Super kick. Both men down again. What a tag team matchup this has been. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, the lights have gone out. Come on, it's only the first episode. What the hell? The founder of the BL Mafia, Lorelei Albrecht, one of the #1 contenders for the World Heavyweight title. What in the world is Lorelei doing here? Look at the look in her eyes, looking directly at Cayman. I think she just gave him the green light to put it in to this matchup. What a matchup this has been, and what the hell is... Oh, my God. Lorelei Albrecht has just given Rob Kamen the green light to do this. Rob Kamen. Look at the flexibility of Rob Kamen. For a man who's been in this business 17 years, this is somebody who has definitely taken well care of themselves. And look at this. Putting him away. Padded room flatliner. Cover 2. It's done. What an unbelievable tag team matchup. What an opening contest for Los Angeles Wrestling. The first of hopefully many. Good Lord, what a night this has been here in Los Angeles, California.
Here are your winners, Rob Kamen and Jacob Banker.
You heard it right there, folks. Avery Hawthorne called it. And that's the end result. Jacob Baker and Rob Kamen riding huge waves of momentum heading into Madison Square Garden in a few weeks. What a debut episode for Los Angeles Wrestling. We need to take a look back at how this match ended. What a hell of a match here between these two teams. Take nothing away from Kyle and Colton. They gave it their all. They wrestled their asses off. But in the end, one super kick and one appearance from the founder of the Bloodline Legacy Mafia, Lorelei Albrecht. I don't know what the hell she was doing here. But thankfully she was here when she was, because she gave Rob Kamen the green light to put Kyle Young in the padded room. Cover 2, and that was all she wrote. What an event here tonight. Thank you all for watching Los Angeles Wrestling. I'm Ryan Stone. I've been your host with the most. Good night, everybody, from South Central.
So we're in agreement then? We deal with this problem the only way it's known how. Going straight to the source. Behead the snake before it grows too large to overcome.
So do you have that Connect's number or what, Les? Because we're gonna need this to be as precise as can be.
Yeah, I'll give it to you in a bit. My phone's up in the office charging.
So what about your Canadian friend and your sister? Are they gonna be there to help when it's time to?
The Canadian one for sure. Because Kim's gonna be looking to fight with anybody within reach these days. As far as my sister goes, we haven't spoken since I busted her head open with a chair. Her mother Anna, I had a word with last week. First time in ages I've spoken to her. Same with Charlotte and Sybil.
I guess they know that it wasn't you who burned down Lorelei's childhood home then.
Yeah, they're aware. They know I wouldn't do that to Frida, even if I wanted to. But they told me they know who did. And frankly, it's somebody who wants a piece of everything in the Hollow. Somebody who's wanted revenge on the family since Lincoln got clipped.
You can't seriously be talking about Ramona Clay. Please tell me you're pulling my leg, Alessia.
She's not. Letitia got in touch with me a couple hours ago, letting me know Ramona was lurking around territories, using the looking for real estate excuse. Somehow Ramona has connections with that bitch in a neighborhood down in Leonida.
Shit. That explains why Sybil seemed so angry last week. Ma doesn't even know yet. Doesn't matter. Ramona's gonna get dealt with. Her and that bitch both.
Deshaun, I know how dead set you are on getting the last word in this life on night 2. So neither of us are gonna stop you from saying what you need to. Frankly, she's needed a reality check for a while now. But are you sure that friendly fire is the right call? Because you know what kind of firestorm that'll start.
Not only am I sure, Cliff, I'm damn sure. I don't know what's on the other side of this, but whatever is, I'll have to be ready for despite feeling the opposite. What I am sure of, though, is this. What I say is gonna come not from a place of hurt and pain, but from a place of honesty and integrity. Do either of them know that I know about that, babes?
Both are none the wiser. Now it's just a matter of who's more none the wiser than who between the two. Him for not knowing what we know, or her for not knowing that we know what we know.
She's let that undefeated streak go to her head. She thinks she's untouchable. Well, she gonna have to learn the hard way that you learn more from losing than you do from winning.
That might be the most eloquent thing that you have ever said.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring at this time, Lorelei Albrecht.
What the hell?
What in the hell is Lorelei doing?
Knowing her, she probably wants to send a message. Question is, who's the message gonna be for?
Ladies and gentlemen, are we on? Are we on? We're still on? Okay, good. Lorelei Albrecht has entered the ring, and apparently she's got a microphone. It seems like she's got something to say. She's definitely not one to mince words, that's for sure.
The last time you all saw me here in Los Angeles, I won the uncivil gauntlet without touching anybody. And since then, I've had to scratch and claw my way to the main event of SLW2 and be put in matches where if I lose, I have to retire, get surgery on my knee, and I have to go back to the insane asylum. Now, I could complain about the deck being stacked against me. I could complain about having to compete in a four-way match for the title I never lost. I could even complain about my little sister Aubrey not being a part of this network anymore because of contractual obligations in Virtual Wrestling United. But when is the last time any of y'all heard Lorelei Albrecht complain about anything? Never. Because unlike some people around here, I don't make excuses for why I can't get in the ring, put on my motherfucking boots, and perform for all of you. But I'm not here to talk about me. I'm not even here to talk about the actual bitch who burned down my childhood home and left my mother for dead. I'm here to talk about one woman and one woman only. The woman I'm here to talk about tonight is Amanda Walton. See, I'm not worried about the fact that she beat me at Murder, She Wrote. I can live with that. What I am more concerned with, however, is who the hell this bitch thinks she is. You may think you're God's gift to the Carpe Diem network, which is under reconstruction now because you gave it no other option. But in reality, you're just one of many novice wrestlers who just keeps yakking off at the mouth with the same old song and dance bullshit about how great you are. One of many novice bookers who doesn't fully grasp how this business works. Hell, I might as well call you Shock G, considering how much you've been doing the Humpty Hump. You only got where you're at because of two people, one of whom is here in this building. Maybe Alessia was right to call you what she did, considering you spoke fluent parcel tongue just to reach the pinnacle on this network. But Amanda, sweetie, you need to hear this personally, from me. Snakes die every day, like people. I've never been the kind of woman who watches what I say about anybody, be it subliminal or non-subliminal. So if you think that I'm gonna start now, you best clear them thoughts from your brain, Amanda. I've been around here since the very beginning of this place's existence. I'm one of the many women who shaped this place into what it is. I'm one of the many women who helped pave the way for you to be where you're at. And yet you still operate as if you're a newborn deer on ice, be it as a wrestler or as a leader. Impeccably savvy businesswoman? Girl, if you don't get your little Phoenix Mercury basketball head ass the hell on somewhere looking like the Temu version of Diana Taurasi, the only thing you're impeccably savvy at, which I'll give the devil her due, is being nearly perfect at covering your tracks. Notice the key word in that sentence, though. Nearly. You nearly covered all your tracks, Amanda. All except for one. See, you tend to forget just how clever your estranged husband Deshaun is. You tend to forget just how attentive he is. You tend to forget that he went to school for law, which means you also tend to forget how investigative he is. And with what he found out recently, which he'll tell you himself personally at the garden, let's just say this. Mandy, you got some splaining to do. Because with what he discovered recently, forgiveness is out of the motherfucking question, you heartless bitch. So as far as that one in the chamber Deshaun was saving for somebody else goes, Amanda, all I have to say in that regard is this. For years, you begged for the old Deshaun back. The version of him that you claimed to have fallen for. The version of him who took shots at every single person who dared cross him in any kind of way. The version of him that would always shoot first and ask questions later. Amanda, you should have been careful wanting the old Deshaun back. You should have been very careful. Because, honey, with what he knows and with how deep and dark what he knows goes, girlfriend, you're one wrong turn away from Friendly Fire Avenue. So remember this, you Schlangen Ortega Fotze. You can run on for a long time, but sooner or later, God will cut you down. And see, Amanda, that's the part you never understood about me. About us. Judgment doesn't come all at once. Sometimes it comes slow. Sometimes it comes institutionalized. Padded walls, locked doors, medication cups slid through slots like you're not even human anymore. And I'm done carrying this history by myself. The Frankfurt Mental Asylum didn't break me. It introduced me to my sister. So come on down here, Alessia. Let Los Angeles see what happens when survivors stop being polite.
Alright, Les. Let the bitch have it. She gotta learn a lesson.
Don't worry, Deshaun. Mama said there'd be days like this.
Wait a minute! Oh my God! There's Alessia Marcano! What the hell is she doing here? After all those words Lorelai just spoke about Amanda Walton, you can only imagine what's going to fly out of Marcano's mouth. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that Alessia's in good company, because both of these women hate Amanda Walton. You know what, considering recent events, it's justified. Bear in mind, though, these two women are in the main event of Salvation Lies Within 2 Night 2 together.
She's still standing.
I'm pissed about it, but yeah, she's still standing. Amanda. Since Lorelei opened the door, let's walk through it properly. Frankfurt wasn't some spooky chapter in a book for us. It wasn't a rumor. It wasn't a storyline you could edit out because it didn't flatter you. It was where women were discarded, where voices were labeled too loud, too emotional, too difficult. Funny how those are the same words you still use backstage. You love to call the women who don't worship you whores, sluts, groupies with boots. You love to tear down anyone who doesn't look like you, move like you, or benefit you. And the lowest of all, mocking women who wrestle half-deaf. Women who choose to step into this ring every night as an homage to Deshaun's dead brother. That's not honesty, Amanda. That's cruelty dressed up as confidence.
You know what Frankfurt taught me? It taught me pattern recognition. Who kicks down instead of up. Who survives by sacrificing everybody else. And Amanda, you've always been the same woman. Narcissistic, self-centered, a black hole that calls itself a sun. You walk around acting like this roster exists for you, not with you. Like every woman here is either a threat to be neutralized or a mirror you can admire yourself in. And that undefeated streak you love so much, it doesn't make you immortal. It makes you overdue.
You know what, Gretch? Let me take this part. Amanda, let's talk hypocrisy. Because you and I both know that's your native language. You and Deshaun made a pact. A real one. Leave the past in the past. No weaponizing history. No reopening graves. He kept it. You didn't. No wonder he came back home to me. Just because you saved his life doesn't mean you're a good Samaritan. Sometimes it just means you wanted credit. Sometimes it just means you needed leverage.
See, that's the difference between us and you, Amanda. When we survive hell, we don't ask for applause.
And when we love someone, we don't turn it into a bargaining chip. When we love someone, we don't manipulate them to do our bidding just because they want to have their cake and eat it too.
You've been undefeated because the system bent for you.
You've been protected because people were afraid to call you what you are.
But protection expires.
And so do illusions. But let's make one thing perfectly clear before anybody twists this into something convenient. This isn't just about you anymore, Amanda. This isn't even just about us.
Salvation Lies Within, too, isn't a revenge story. It's a reckoning. And the main event, it doesn't belong to one woman. It belongs to 4. Me, my sister, the reigning ROV World Champion Penny Shaw, and Harper Walton.
Harper, this part matters, so listen closely. You didn't ask to be born into this war. You didn't ask to carry that last name. And you damn sure didn't ask to be used as proof that your mother was right all along. But unlike Amanda, you earned every inch of that championship when you had it. You didn't hide behind power. You didn't poison locker rooms. You didn't call other women disposable just to feel tall.
And Penny Shaw, you are everything this business should reward. Consistency, violence with purpose. A champion who doesn't need smoke and mirrors to stay standing. But make no mistake, respect doesn't mean mercy.
This is the part where Amanda usually centers herself again. where she pretends this is still her story. Newsflash, bitch, it's not. And since you love pretending the universe still revolves around your fragile little orbit, Amanda, let's straighten something out before you start tweeting poetry about it later. You're not the main event.
And you know something else? You're not even the halftime show. Your main event match is happening on the second to last grand spectacle of Season 1. ROV Unshaken. Your own spotlight. Your own cute little solo number where you get to cosplay importance. You know, that's honestly really cute. That's really cute. That's adorable.
Meanwhile, night 2 is where the grown woman business happens.
Me,
Harper
Walton,
and my best friend Penny Shaw, the actual Ring of Valiance Wrestling World Champion.
That's the match at the Garden that they close the doors with. That's the match everyone wants to see the end result of. That's the match that you wouldn't have been able to handle the weight of if your life depended on it.
But listen, baby girl, we're not monsters. We'll give credit where it's due.
You've beaten me.
You've beaten me.
And that's where the respect dies.
Because being able to wrestle doesn't give you permission to be a misogynistic, narcissistic, locker room poisoning cunt. Talent doesn't excuse you calling every woman who doesn't bow to you a whore. Talent doesn't excuse you mocking deaf wrestlers who step into this ring to honor the dead brother of a man you once claimed to respect. You're not savage. You're just soulless.
And since we're already talking about Unshaken, we genuinely hope SVR Sugar, Kayla, hey girl, how you doing? Fucks you up.
Oh, no, honey, baby girl. Don't misunderstand us. Not just fuck you up.
Humiliate you.
Expose you.
Strip you of that fake mystique.
And take that corny little belt you keep calling the Empress Championship? You mean the championship that you had literally handed to you? The title you didn't earn through hard work? Empress? Bitch! You don't rule an empire. You rule a reflection. An empress doesn't punch down. An empress doesn't need to degrade other women to feel tall. An empress doesn't spend her whole career screaming respect me while doing nothing respectable. Empress? You're not an empress. You're a self-appointed tyrant with a belt you hug at night because nobody else will.
And since you're so obsessed with leaving the past in the past, tell your new friend Virgil Snow that we said hello. Maybe the next guy you drag around will be someone you took to the O. I'll even be polite and hope and pray to God that he ain't from 63rd.
RV Unshaken is your little playhouse costume party.
Salvation lies within too. Where it all begins again is history.
Penny Shaw fights like a champion.
Harper Walton carries a legacy heavier than your entire ego.
And if that night gets ugly,
If bodies fall and dreams die,
don't call it luck.
if they take you out, that shit was planned.
Well, both of these women have spoken their truth. Both of these women have spoken the truth when it comes to the, I guess, president, former co-president, or whatever it is, of the Bloodline Legacy Mafia in the form of Amanda Walton. And these LAW fans, they have not sat down on the... Oh, what the hell? What the hell is she doing here? What in the hell is Amanda Walton doing here? The Empress Champion is not supposed to be here. And some Empress she is. And what the hell is she doing? Oh, no. Oh, for the love of God. Come on now. Oh, Jesus. She just chop-blocked both Alessia and Lorelai. Both of their left knees could be absolutely destroyed. Look at this sick bitch. This bitch is absolutely sick. Oh, no, oh my God, Alessia may be badly hurt, and Lorelai especially. Lorelai's already had enough knee problems. Absolutely ridiculous actions by Amanda Walton, the Empress Champion. And you know what? I too hope that Kayla rips her damn head off at Unshaken in Chicago. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, that's just great. Now half of the Salvation Lies Within main event is pretty much ruined. She deserves every ounce of what she's about to get and then some. Honestly, Cliff, I'm disappointed in myself for sacrificing my morals and beliefs for somebody who was doing nothing more than being greedy. Especially the one moral I've stood on since the sandbox.
We live in a world where people think having your cake and eating it too is commonplace. She might think she has a royal flush in her hands, but come Madison Square, she gon' fold. Assuming she hasn't already. Amanda's gonna rue the day she played a game she wasn't designed to emerge victorious in.
She'll also rue the day that she lied to me. She's gonna learn that I'm not the kind of man to lie to. And that lesson starts right now.
Wait a minute. The hell is going on? Wait a minute! Who the hell is this? Somebody is beating the hell out of Amanda Walton with a baseball bat. What the hell is going on here? Somebody, well, actually no, don't get security. Whoever the hell this woman is, oh my God. Oh no, I think I have a pretty good idea. Oh Jesus! That was the Chola kick. Wait a minute. Oh! Double rotation moonsault off the Chola kick. Wait a minute. Oh my God. I think I have a pretty good idea of who this might be. Oh my freaking God! These fans are going nuts! It's Zoe! Zoe De La Rosa has just beaten the hell out of Amanda Walton!
You remember me, bitch? Huh? Of course you do. I'm the same bitch who, since you got here in 2020, has done nothing but be a selfish, egotistical, conniving sack of shit who thinks they're above everybody else. You hear that noise? That's accountability. Something you've dodged your entire career. And don't worry. I know. You probably didn't hear me all those years backstage, right? You loved that part. Whispering, snickering, running your mouth just quiet enough so you could laugh when I didn't react. Half deaf, right? That was your favorite punchline. Funny thing though, Amanda. I heard every single word. I heard you when you thought I was weak. I heard you when you thought I was replaceable. I heard you when you thought politics and favoritism made you untouchable. And now you're flat on your back, where you belong, gasping for air with nobody left to hide behind. Look at you. No office, no curtain, no pull, no protection. Just you. Laid the fuck out at my feet like the myth you really are. Let me say this real slow so it sinks in. Carpe Diem didn't need you to become great. You needed Carpe Diem to become anything at all. Without this company, without this here LAW ring, this camera, this roster, you're not a legend. You're not special. You're not the best women's wrestler since sliced bread. You're just loud. You act like this place owes you something. Like greatness was waiting for you when you walked through the door. But the truth? You were built here. You were built on the backs of women who actually gave a damn. Me, Alessia, Lorelai. Women who worked you. Women who made you look dangerous. Women who sold for you, bled for you, and made sure your head got raised so the machine could keep pushing you forward. And how did you repay that? By treating wrestling as a side quest. By acting like this sport was beneath you while you paraded around like you reinvented it. Bitch, you reinvented nothing. You walked around pretending you were God's gift to women's wrestling just because nobody has pinned you yet. Undefeated doesn't mean invincible, Amanda. It just means that the right woman hadn't decided to stop playing nice. You don't respect this business. You respect applause. You respect attention. You respect your own reflection. See, that's the difference between you and me. Because when I step into this ring, I don't just step in as Zoe de la Rosa. I step in carrying Mexico on my back. I come from Lucha Libre, from a culture where wrestling isn't branding, it's bloodline. Where masks mean legacy, where pain means pride, where you earn respect by sacrificing pieces of yourself until there's nothing left but heart. This isn't a character to me. This is who the hell I am. Eddie Guerrero taught me that. That fire, that passion, that truth, lie, cheat, steal? No. Feel, fight, survive. You could give two shits about professional wrestling. All you've done since you got here is posture, preen, and tell anyone who'd listen that you're the best, without ever understanding what that title costs. You mocked my hearing, you mocked my passion, you mocked my heritage, you mocked and turned your back on the very man that gave you a career. And tonight I took something from you that you can never get back. I took the illusion. Because now everybody sees you the way I've always seen you. Not a queen, not a prodigy, not an untouchable force. Just a bully who thought power would last forever. And you know, since we're airing shit out, let's talk about your little boy toy. See, Virgil Snow. 2 peas in a pod, you two. Same ego, same entitlement, same delusion. You both walk around like this place sprang up out of thin air just for you, like your success is self-made. Bullshit. Neither one of you would be anywhere without the man who built this organization from the ground up with his bare hands. my fellow New York hermano, Deshaun Walton. You benefited from his vision. You benefited from his battles. You benefited from his mercy. And after my brother saved your life numerous times, you ran your stupid torta ass right back to your past like nothing ever happened. You preach all this shit backstage in the locker rooms for years about leaving the past in the past. But not only did you hypocritically run back to yours after my brother saved your life numerous times, you also forgot one critical rule, mamacita. There's skeletons in every closet, and the past always comes back to haunt. And your past, at Salvation Lies Within, is coming back to haunt you. You see, while you were running your mouth, I was rebuilding. Left knee shredded. Career questioned. Doctors talking. People doubting. This me, nearly healed. Stronger, meaner, wiser. And you stayed the same. I didn't fight my way back from that injury I suffered at Hit Kid Worldwide show Dawn of Chaos 2 years ago in Madison Square Garden, just to be clear. I didn't grind through rehab, pain, and silence just to exist again. I came back for truth. And the truth is this. You're not better than this locker room. You're not bigger than this network, and you damn sure aren't bigger than me. So lay there, on your back, where you belong. Breathe, listen, or don't. Because whether you hear me or not, Amanda Walton, the lie you've been living just got beaten unconscious in the middle of this ring. And trust me, this was mercy. Viva la lucha! Viva la verdad!
With Zoe De La Rosa making an emphatic statement. And this right here is just the first of many lessons that Amanda Walton is needing to learn. What a hell of a chaotic first episode of Los Angeles Wrestling here on the Carpe Diem Network, which is under reconstruction because of the woman that Zoe just beat the hell out of. Thank you everybody for watching. My name's been Ryan Stone. This has been Los Angeles Wrestling. Good night, everybody.
You made the right call touching base with Zoe. She beat that girl like a piñata at a Mexican birthday party.
Yeah, well, Zoe deserved to get her licks in. All Amanda did when it came to her was joke about her being deaf in one ear, forgetting that my brother was also deaf, God rest his soul. Regardless of that, the envelope was pushed too far, warnings were ignored, and now Salvation Lies Within 2 is going to be nothing short of a tell-all book that her and Virgil are gonna have to read for a very long time.
And exactly how long of a time will that be?
Until I'm no longer a black man.
Well, then I guess live and in living color, Salvation Lies Within is gonna be a grand spectacle like no other. You think your old mentors are gonna be watching?
Considering they watch everything in this business, it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if they did. Frankly, I want them to. Because sometimes you just have to go back to an old version of yourself that makes the most sense. And just like Amanda, some folks just have to realize that evolution is a mystery.
Full of change that no one sees. But look, I'm fixing to go across the street to Takeshi. I need some ramen in my system. You want anything?
Just get me and Les both our usual. Put it on my tab.
Roger that, boss. I'm gonna get Juno and the Don on the phone, too. He's gonna be at the garden ready to set that damn Amanda straight. And when he does, I hope he parks a bus up her ass sideways.
Somebody's been watching one too many John Travolta movies. Let me get up to the office and get Dom on the phone. What the hell? What the hell are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood. Heard through the grapevine that there was a show in town. Figured I'd stop by and visit an old friend. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
I suppose not. So what's this unexpected visit about?
You and I have traveled the same roads for almost 10 years. We fought side by side and against each other in multiple organizations. Now I'll say and do what I need to Falcone in New York. So as far as you and I are concerned, water under the bridge, considering I understand what you're going through and why you're going this route. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we both know that this won't end well. Not for them, at least.
Cody, with how many years I've dealt with being undermined and walked all over, it's not supposed to. Honestly, I should be dead right now, but knowing how I am, the dead don't rest until the deed is done. You know, 2023 I considered going back over there once I finished fixing everything. But like a fool, I stopped myself, and because of that, everything got screwed up. That's why I'm done being a helping hand, done being the proverbial shoulder, done being used for personal and professional gain.
I'll say this, Deshaun. It's been a long time coming, and the tables turned around. The 2017 version of you may be just enough to fix this issue. Yana clued me in on everything that's been going on. Hence why she's been building a case the last 6 3/4 years. Those two knew what they were doing from the get-go. And considering that Amanda doesn't have the vast legal knowledge that you do, especially considering all that's happened, she just better be glad that you're not a cop or a judge. Otherwise, she would be on the yard during a riot. But we'll have plenty of time to cross that bridge. How's the kids?
Rambunctious as ever. But they all seem ready for the garden. Harper especially. Enid and Evander have been training with her for months. She as well as Penny are ready for what comes. I would say Lorelei and Alessia are too, but after what Amanda just did, everything seems to be up in the air. Knowing how Lorelei and Alessia are, though, they'll be too damn stubborn to stay away from the garden. Plus, Les is our only chance at saving this place.
Yeah, well, Lorelei isn't exactly a pushover. I know that all too well. At least they understand the importance of what's going to happen. And I know it may be confusing for Harper, but she'll find solace in knowing that you're doing what's right. All 11 of your kids will. Speaking of which, I'm going to take my 5 to Carson City in a few weeks. It's my month to look after them, and Lorelei could use the extra peace and focus. Plus, I want them to see the new condo I got recently.
Well, look at you. Finally moving up in the world. You know, we've come a long way since 6 years ago, Cody. Just too bad we didn't get to have a proper rematch. It's even more so too bad that I'm retiring from the ring after Salvation Lies Within 2, and I'm leaving this place not long after. I tried. A man's soul can only carry so much, and mine's on the verge of breaking.
My advice? Just remember one thing. You were sleeping, not dead. Remember that when you get to the garden. And remember to remind them that change for the better is a good thing. So no more of this stupid-ass hentai harem playhouse Mickey Mouse bullshit. Because this is professional wrestling, and the sacredness of it hangs in the balance. I'll see you at the garden, brother.
Yes, you will. You and everybody else. The straw has broken the camel's back. It's time for me to go where the hurting ends. For me, at least.
Konnichiwa, Kaoru. Can I get 2 big orders of karage and 2 big orders of takoyaki? And throw some sushi in there as well. And as for me, I'll have 9 orders of tonkatsu with some of the most flavorful ramen you have. The wives get hungry, as you well know, so I gotta make sure that Mildred and Bernadette are well fed.
It's been a real long time, hasn't it, Clifford?
Seems like it's been almost too long. I'd ask what you're doing here, but I have a pretty good idea.
Well, it was a quick stop in. Nothing too crazy, nothing too out of hand. Besides, with everything that's happening and with how things have shaped up the last couple of years, I think it's high time that things are corrected before it's too late. Everything is in place as it should be, so with the plan in motion, the execution of it shouldn't prove to be too difficult. The only thing is, what's going to happen if we hit roadblocks? Because knowing that there will be some along the way, we have to make sure that this is a decision that is stuck to on all sides. We both know that he deserved better, and that's why he's gone soon. Because he deserved better than this. The truth can be beautiful or ugly, depending on what side the coin lands on.
You're right, Cody. I mean, hell, Melissa Hart tried to warn him, Zaya Steele tried to warn him, Bree George tried to warn him, even Jamal Bedlam tried to warn him. But he was so blinded by the loyalty he showed to and the genuine love he had for her that he wasn't trying to hear that. Deshaun's extremely lucky that he held on to the warnings, though. Just like he's lucky to have most of the information he needs. All he needs now, though, is confirmation from the source. And if he can touch base with said source, then we'll put this matter to rest for good.
I still find it insane that Deshaun sacrificed his morals and beliefs to defend him, albeit begrudgingly. He never saw this shit coming, and now, thanks to that, it's been downhill for the last few years. All because he wanted to rebuild rapport and working relationships that he built with other promoters. I mean, think about where this place would be if that never happened. Think about all the joint shows on the biggest stages we could all be partaking in right now if that never took place. Either way, you live and you learn. And perhaps Deshaun learned in recent years more than what he wanted to.
One thing you have to give him some credit for is how observant and attentive he is. In the back of his mind, he did see this coming. Tried to alter the direction of history for all of our sakes. And I mean, it's truly commendable that he saved their lives, but look at what it got him. I remember about 6 years ago when he was in the ring, standing under those icy blue lights, saying that he wanted to ensure that the same wayside casting that was bestowed upon his former mentor wasn't also bestowed upon himself. Unfortunately for Deshaun in this case, he spoke the truth. Loyal to a fault, that man is.
In some cases more than others, that's nothing short of the truth. It's going to be quite the revelation at Madison Square Garden. One thing I've learned in my time knowing him is that Deshaun Walton is the kind of man you don't want to lie to or let down. He's so adamant on doing this that he's heavily developed a mentality that's vastly similar to that of Sully from Top Boy. He's got codes that he lives by now, that had he lived by those codes years ago, we'd all be in a much different place than we are presently. He's at least seen the light now. That can at least bring us all some solace, if not peace.
Good. I'm waiting for the moment it happens. He's been taught many a lesson these last few years, and now it's time for Deshaun to teach a lesson of his own. 2 birds, 1 stone, as the old saying goes. At least he's got Alessia by his side again, because even she tried to warn him. Perhaps she was the only one he would listen to, because she saw right through all the smoke and mirrors.
A lot of us did. The man deserves happiness, for and within himself. And with what he knows, there is no better time to garner it than now. There is no better way to achieve it than this way. This is the moment we've been waiting for, Cliff. So all of the lessons that Deshaun has had taught to him, be it verbally or silently, don't call it a warning. Because all it's gonna take is one more shot for his lesson to be well received. I'll see you at the Tokyo Dome. We got work to do.
You're damn right we do. He may not have known better before, but he knows better now. It's been a long road to recovery and restoration of balance. And when the microphone drops, he will indeed exact his own personal poetic justice. Even if it means taking one more shot. Even if it means getting the last word in this life. Even if it means going back to what got him in the industry to begin with. Oh, he's ready. More than anyone will ever know. One more shot, and then he's over and out. Until the day he dies.
You ready to shock the world again, brother?
More than anyone knows.
And if they kill him, that shit was planned.